Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to be very official. I'm going to call Greg Mr. Duckworth. But I have two questions, I really do. The first question is about our aging, but of course, you've seen the crisis on both sides. You've seen it from the law enforcement side, and you've seen it from the community advocacy side. What does this particularly affect the aging how does this particularly affect the aging population in West Virginia?
Thank you for that, Senator. It starts with a grandparents raising their grandchildren. So if a grandparent is raising a grandchild, we've lost a generation out of their family tree. So the senior is mourning the loss of their child and raising their grandchildren. But it's not just grandparents, it's great grandparents, and there's great aunts and great uncles that are also raising children. So it's like the floods and fires. Everything that it touches, it destroys. And it starts with the babies being born with addicted to the opioids, or in West Virginia, we have a large amount of babies being born addicted to Suboxone. So we're dealing with the neonatal absence issues, and the seniors who are mourning the loss and raising their grandkids. It's a huge impact. 40 to 50% of West Virginia grandparents are raising their grandchildren.
I hope everyone heard that. The magnitude of the percentage in West Virginia of grandparents that are raising the grandbabies. It's terrible. That's all there is to it.
Sir.
And I've said this over and over and over, but I said this when I was governor. I said, if we don't really get a handle on this, it will cannibalize all of us. And we better absolutely get a handle on. There's so much more we can do. I've got one more question, and it's just this, I'd like you to talk about the ways we can see hope restored. When it really boils down to this level of crisis, what really keeps our West Virginia families even going? Greg, we started with Jim's dream, and then we went to Jobs and Hope, and we made a dent. But there's got to be a lot more dents. That's just all there is to it. I've said so many times in life that you'll never get out of the hole till you know really where you are in the hole. And the hole in this situation is bad. That's all there is to it. So I just think that we have got to give people all across this land, if not all across the globe, hope. I mean, optimism, a chance to be better. Absolutely, this situation has got to have every single one of us, arm in arm, pulling the rope together. We can do it, but that's exactly what we've got to do. So tell me your thoughts real quickly on how do we address this terrible crisis and give hope to our West Virginia families?
Yeah, thank you for that. In my mind, the treatment centers and the detox centers, the doctors, they do a fine job for that 30 days. And then our addict gets released from either jail or a recovery home, and there's nowhere to go except back where they came from. So there's a piece of this in the economic development part of creating jobs so that when these folks get detoxed or they get out, they have hope for a job, something they can support their family in. And that's where we lack sometimes, is a place for them to go, either when they get out of jail. The overdose rates are highest when someone first gets out of jail or out of a treatment program and they don't have a place to go to, a recovery center or somewhere different than where they came from. And they just go back to the community they were in to start with.
Isn't that exactly what we tried to do with Jobs and Hope? And I would tell everyone just this. We have to have treatment. We know we have to have treatment. And we know we have to have sympathy to bring people back. But these people got to have a job. They have to have training. They can't be trained on a pickup truck how to drive a dump truck. Absolutely, they got to have real life training. And we got to spend dollars to be able to do that. But I thank y'all all so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Alsobrooks.